Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on the Pirate Broadcast. We have an author and an extraordinary individual that's going to be joining the pirate crew here. And first and foremost, I want to thank you all for joining us. If you're doing remote, if it's tomorrow, if it's today, if it's right now, thank you, thank you, thank you. All of this means so much for us, and I appreciate you being part of the community. So thank you so much for joining us. And today we're going to be talking to Rose Morgan. She's an author, a mother, and a parent. Creating some amazing books. She has a book out called The Chronicles of Alger, and we're going to be talking about that journey and how she got to be the author of this book, and some of the things about life in general. So thank you for being here, Rose. Good morning.
Thank you.
Or good evening in your neck of the woods. It's afternoon, right?
Yeah, afternoon. But good morning to everyone in the USA.
Yeah. So Rose, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And as an author, the first question that always comes to mind is, how the heck did you decide? Was there a moment where you just made an impact in your life and it's like, okay, I'm just going to write this thing instead of talking about this thing?
Yeah. I think I had hit rock bottom with my mental health because I'm a survivor of post-traumatic stress disorder from an early trauma from childhood abuse. I got to a point I thought I needed to incorporate the way I was feeling into something. So I thought, why not make a world and put myself into my characters? My traits, my feelings.
Fantasy? So it was a fantasy that you kind of created to get through your challenges?
Yeah, basically, I used to tell bedtime stories to my children. Mm-hmm. And I created two little characters called Tink and Tonk, little inventors that live at the bottom of the garden that make things that are useful things. So I wanted to bring them into the story. And then I thought, every night I have a lot of nightmares. So I wanted to build a world where I had my nightmares, but I also had my heroes. So I brought it all together. And that's where I come up with Chronicles of Alger.
So was there a moment in time you going from the nightmares and the creation of these characters that, probably in the early stages you didn't think about creating a book, did you?
No, I didn't. Years ago, it was like I just told them bedtime stories about the Tinkers every night before I went to bed. And then a year ago, I had it, like I said, hit rock bottom with my mental health, and I thought I got to do something. So I wrote.
So how long did it take you to write this book?
And I just carried and fought the enemies and darkness and light, and they all fought each other. It's a way to challenge the mind.
Challenge the mind. So how long did it take you to go through this process?
The book, a year.
Okay.
From start to finish. And I still haven't finished it really because I'm on the second book now writing it.
Oh, so there's a second book.
Yes, there's a second book.
How many books do you see coming out?
Quite a few actually, because in my first book I've wrote several characters and they all got their own story, so they've all got something to tell.
Oh man,
they've all got their own adventures. And the second book is called The Keepers of the Peace. Okay. Which is goes back thousands of years, where then darkness and light and castles and knights are about, and they go against the darkness.
So how do you? Are all these characters developed already, and you're just capturing all on paper, or is it something that continues to evolve?
It evolves. Every character evolves, doesn't it? And
yeah,
you just bring them alive. Like Sal is my main character in my first book. She's basically a young child who gets caught in a world, and she's wanted by all the demons and all the monsters are after her, and she don't know why. And then she finds out she's carrying she's a prophecy. She carries a light within her, which could kill all the darkness.
So that's the reason that they're after her, huh?
Yeah, basically. But she meets loads of other people on the way, and they all josses, and there's a big war to come.
Wow. So I just want to give a shout out to some of the people that are here today. We've got some visitors in from South Africa. Good morning, Elise. Good morning, Russ and Rose. Thank you so much for being here. Melody's here. Hello from Massachusetts. Thank you. Yeah, Elise is in from South Africa.
Hi, Elise. Hi, Marsha.
is here. Happy birthday, Marsha. Thank you so much. I missed your birthday, but I wanted to wish you a belated birthday. Jordan's in the house. He's from California. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hyatt Ives, too long. Good morning, fellow pirates. Thank you so much for being here from Texas. Love that you're here. Jordan says, good morning, yes. Junaid and I did an episode yesterday. Morning for pirates. Good morning, friends. Thank you so much for being here, Junaid. We had a great conversation. We both, for anybody that's into human design, we're both projectors. So 3-5 or 5-3 projectors. I'm not sure which one that is, but good morning, Layman. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, I see your messages. Yes, I've seen your messages.
Wow.
Lee says, happy birthday, Marcia. So we have an active community here, Rose. So some of the things, what is it that you want to uncover in this journey of writing books? What is it? How is it helping you in your journey as a parent, as a mother, or
Basically,
somebody that's... Go ahead.
Because I have mental health, and I got it really bad. I have really bad nightmares, which basically they come as demons and attack me all the time. So I invent a world where I can actually find somewhere to escape. And if I can write it down on paper, it relieves some of the pressure.
And by doing this, how often do you write?
Do you understand? Every
You're
day.
breaking up a little bit, Rose. You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
So how
I write
how
every day.
You write every day?
Yeah.
So how often are you going to be releasing these books? How frequently?
I'm open every year.
Okay. That's fantastic.
If I format one a year, then it's good enough.
A book a year is probably a good start, right?
Yeah.
So how are your kids grown now, or are they?
Yeah, they've all my kids grown up now. One's 24. He's doing computers in college. My other daughter's a law student. And my other daughter's an art student.
Wow. Is she going to do any graphics for your books?
Most probably eventually. Went again then.
Our connection isn't very good, Rose. I apologize. Not sure.
It's okay.
But so tell us a little bit about how this helps impact your mental health.
Well, as you're all aware, I was abused by my parents when I was a child, from the age of 11 to 15, by my stepmother. And my dad watched it all happening.
Wow.
And it was basically torture constantly. And from that and coming out of it and going through a hell of a lot of nightmares and fighting and anxiety and panic attacks, which I have quite a lot of, I seriously, and with my medication, I thought, I'm still getting them, the shakes, so I needed to incorporate some, and I thought a book would work.
So it's almost like you discovered your own outlet to relieve your mental health stress and anxiety.
Yeah, it does help a lot.
Yeah, mental health is is challenging. So, is the last year and a half been helpful or supportive for your book to kind of isolate, or is it challenging for
It's
you?
been challenging, very. It has. I've been very sick with my mental health, and it just come off. I just had to write something. I just like people to know how bad mental health is, not post-traumatic stress affects people, and it doesn't just affect army soldiers. It affects everyone
Yeah,
worldwide. And it does feel like you're all caged in your own mind, and you have to escape.
yeah.
And to
Well,
find that
thank you.
light,
I just have to give you a shout out for taking the initiative to come on to the pirate broadcast and share this, because a lot of people are going through this and they may not even recognize what it is.
if
Because
it's if these people are getting nightmares and they're getting the shakes and they're scared to leave the house and they've got horrible thoughts in their head, and it keeps a good player over and over, and you keep hearing, it's the same thoughts, useless, you can't do this. The truth of the matter is, you have to find that light, and you have to, not stay in that rut
not stay in
because
the
it
same
suffocates you
place.
else.
Yeah. So what are some other things that you're doing to get past this and through this?
I'm actually virtual reality.
Really?
VR headsets are absolutely brilliant.
Tell us about it.
But my husband invested in one 3 days ago for my mental health because
Uh-huh.
I was having an extreme heart was beating too fast. So we bought the headset, and it is amazing. You actually visit space, and because it's 360, you're actually there with them.
Wow.
I cried. My first time, I cried while I was wearing it because it was that beautiful. I was going through a kaleidoscope itself,
Oh,
and all
that's
the different colours.
amazing.
Then to watch a flower give birth to, it was just unbelievable.
That is insane.
Oh, it is. It's brilliant for mental health. It creates takes a small bit of the negative and put a bit of positive back in,
Yeah.
and bit by bit it helps. And then you start talking about good experiences where you've been. Like yesterday, I went on a helicopter ride and I abseiled, and it felt so real. You even feel yourself going down the hills.
Oh, wow.
It is amazing.
That's insane. They have all kinds of things then.
Yeah, everything you can ever think of, it's on there.
Oh,
There's
man.
some sad stories. I went to Anne Frank's house and listened to a story. I listened to a story about some gentleman who had lost all his family in the ISIS wars, and
Wow.
you're walking around the house while he's telling the story, and you're walking outside where all the disaster took place. It's
Wow.
literally brilliant.
Does it feel like you're right there then?
Yeah.
Holy cow. It's
To stand up,
amazing what. Go ahead.
to be in space yourself is just amazing to watch the earth below you.
Yeah. That would be incredible. And was this a place that you went to, or is this a device that you purchased?
It's a device. It's a head, put it on your face, and it's like a goggles attached to your head, and it just covers that bit there.
I've
And you
seen them
get two
before.
remotes for your hands, and then your hands go into virtual reality.
Wow.
And it is
So,
brilliant for mental health.
so I could see So you could take your book and adapt that to virtual reality, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Have you
I
thought
wouldn't know
about
how to
doing
do it
that?
myself, but somebody else probably could take the story and turn it into, like, again, a virtual reality game, or they could turn it into a normal game, or, a film, cartoon.
That would be fun. That would be really fun. Hey, I want to say Gabe. Gabe is in the house. Good morning, Gabe. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Melody is here. So, good
Hi,
morning.
Melody.
Thank you so much for being here. Jordan says, heard a lot about those, the VRs. And LinkedIn,
Oh.
I don't know who you are, but good morning on LinkedIn also. Uh, That'll be amazing to see. And I think we're going to see a lot more of the VR, the virtual reality, and a lot of different arenas.
It could do a lot.
Training. I would think it'd be amazing.
I think if you could bring senses into it as well, like touch and smell, that would be everything then. You could actually be there completely.
Wow. How did it feel to do it for the first time?
Nausea.
Really?
I can't go on a roller coaster. You go up it and then it feels like you're that high and it goes boom, like that. I was like,
And you
nope,
can
nope.
actually feel it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
And you're standing in
insane.
the middle of a lake and you've got a train coming towards you, a real train, and then suddenly it turns into birds and they all fly at you.
Holy
It's
cow.
brilliant. I advise everyone to get one of those. It's actually amazing.
Yeah. It's, like live streaming is such a new thing that is coming along, and virtualization, so you could actually be around you know, multiple people could be around different places in the world and sit at a table and have dinner together. That would be kind
It
of
is
cool
like that.
too.
They've got that as well in there. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah,
It's virtual chat. It's where you can
yeah,
have meetings with everybody
I've read
and
about
just
that.
get on.
Yeah. So tell us the actual book process. So you're writing, and then at what point in time do you decide to um, turn it into a book? Is it a? I noticed it was on Amazon, so it's available there. You got some great reviews. Anybody that's on the Pirate Broadcast can go check it out on Amazon. It's available there.
Tell the
But
truth, it started out as a short story,
uh,
but Kindle asked if I could turn it into a novel.
yeah,
So, but you've on a limit on how many words you got to write when you're writing a novel. It's got to be 50,000 plus.
okay.
And at the time, I'd only wrote 10,000 words on it. So I was like, oh, and then they said to me, oh, you got 3 months to complete this.
And so what happened?
In 3 months, I completed it. I did 6 to 8 hours a day, constant writing.
Wow.
It is
Wow. How did that feel to you? Do?
hard work, but rewarding. Let's say, put it this way, I hate my own book. Because you edit it that much yourself, about 50 times I've edited it, and
Uh-huh.
it's still not perfect. So my daughter ended up doing it for me,
Uh-huh.
but I know the story inside out.
Yeah. Well, you kind of you created the story, so you have to know it
Yeah, it's
inside
my
out.
world.
Yeah. And that's
It's the
been years in the creation, right?
um the Tinkers have been worlds in creation. My little men,
Yeah.
which I like to write small books off that for children because it's like the borrowers, but they're cousins.
Yeah.
The Tinkers, they live at the bottom of the garden. They invent stuff. They get into a lot of trouble. They make things like moon boots, but they make them
Yeah.
out of the strings out of pens. So when they bounce too hard, he went straight through the ceiling. He's come through, the other end. And they get into a lot of mischief.
Oh
And because
man.
of my condition, I didn't want my kids to have nightmares as well. So I invented them.
And it sounds like your kids turned out pretty well then.
Yeah, they're good.
Good kids. That's awesome. Well, I
Yes.
really appreciate you being here, Rose, and sharing this story because it's important for a number of reasons. Number one, the fact that you've gone through trauma, you've gone through stress, you're working through that, and also the fact that you took it in and put it into a positive spin and created a book and an effort that actually generates a lot of interest in the community. If Kindle's coming back and saying, "Hey, can you write a novel? Can you expand this story and make it bigger?" That had to feel pretty good.
It was, but it's like I said, it's down to who you know, innit? And like my wider field, I don't know millions of people.
You don't know many of the people.
No, I don't know a lot of people.
Okay.
The only people I know are on LinkedIn. And I live in a village which is like 3,000 people here, and that's it. And everyone keeps themselves to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, some people would find that to be very good.
Like living in a small village. It
Yeah.
is. It's beautiful. I live in Wales, and we're in the middle of the valleys.
Uh huh.
So we've got mountains on one side, mountains on the other side, small little villages in between, each other.
Yeah. That's
It's nice, but
sometimes isolating.
yeah.
So, do you have to travel to go to any
Oh,
populated area?
we do. We have Cardiff, which is like 30 miles from us, the
Mm,
big cities, if we wish to go.
yeah.
But to be honest, I don't. I don't do a lot of people. I can't.
Yeah.
I get
Just
this anxiety.
so you get to stay home and write then.
Yeah,
All right. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
yeah. It's
So
an
when's the next
escape.
book come out?
Well, I'm actually on chapter 7 at the moment, so I've got quite a while to go.
How many chapters are you thinking about?
80,000 words on the next book. I'd say about 30, 40 chapters. Like I said,
30.
it's about the knights,
Yeah.
Knights of the Light.
Knights
They're
of the Light.
actually from the church. The church, and they turn, like I said, they carry swords and all that lot and round things, and they go against demons. They go against the living dead.
Oh wow.
It's zombies like against them.
That, is that still a child's book?
No, it's an adult's, that one.
Yeah. Melody says there are a number of tools out there to help us heal from PTSD, and journaling or writing is a great one. Bravo to you, Rose, for using it.
I've
That's
gone
very
through a lot of channels.
that's very kind of you. Thanks, Melody, for sharing that. I, I've journaled for years and written volumes of stuff that probably I couldn't read if I went back and looked at it. But it's really a journey to kind of get that out, and I have to applaud you for putting it down to share it with other people because that's a feat, that's an accomplishment. That's
It is scary,
how so.
sharing my mental condition and how I got abused and stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's not nice having your stepmom throw knives at you.
No, probably not. Not very good. So, and I'm glad that you're here sharing this information with the pirates. I really appreciate the fact that you joined us today. Uh, I would love to have you back next time when you get ready to release the book. It'd be great. Hopefully,
Better
I
luck,
can.
I'll have a better cover then. There's only so
Well,
much you can do on a no budget.
yeah, it's a start, right?
Yeah.
You start wherever you are and you do what you can.
It's like, look, my face is on the back cover.
There you go.
That is something.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic. And it's an accomplishment that you can be proud of too.
I'm proud of it, yeah.
So thank
And
you
I
so
hate
much.
my husband is because I've bugged him every night about characters.
He probably knows the story inside and out, huh?
Yeah, he's more into the next story because it's like the living dead against the knights.
Wow. Sounds fascinating.
It
Well,
will be, hopefully.
keep writing, keep doing great work, and when you get it released, let me know, and we'll get you back on the Pirate Broadcast. Okay?
That upgrade, and I probably talk to you on LinkedIn anyway.
Yeah.
Because I talk to everybody on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I like to check up on people. I like to know they're safe and they're okay.
Yeah.
I guess I just worry about people a lot.
Well, starting conversations, and I've got friends like all over the world because of LinkedIn and this show. So it's really a great way to expand and, learn about what people are doing and how they're
And this in
doing
itself, I'm talking to somebody in America, it's actually amazing.
Wow.
It really is.
So let's make sure that anybody that's looking forward to connecting with Rose, reach out, connect with Rose, and start a conversation on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'll talk to anyone.
Fantastic.
And I'll check up from time to time just to make sure you're still alive and kicking.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Rose. I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's been lovely. Makes a change.
It's a nice change. It is. It's a nice change. It's not virtual reality. However, it is a nice change. So thank you so much for being here.
Okay, then. And I'd like to say goodbye to everybody.
And thank you so much for being here. As everyone knows, kindness is cool. Smiles are free. And we want you to enjoy the day. Take care, everyone. I will do.
Bye.
Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate today.